Today, fresh blasts were heard in Saudi, Jerusalem, Abu Dhabi, Dubai and Manama, and also Kuwait City. The explosions were largely the result of air defence systems intercepting missiles and drones. When a defensive missile hits its target mid-air, it produces a visible fireball and a powerful blast. Even successful interceptions create loud booms and sometimes falling debris. This comes amid an escalating confrontation involving Iran, the United States and also Israel. Over the past 3 days, military strikes and counterstrikes have intensified. Iran has launched retaliatory missile and drone attacks following reported US-Israeli operations targeting Iranian-linked sites. In total, at least 5 people have been killed. After Khamenei's death, the fighting has only escalated. Citizens residing in the Gulf say the conflict feels closer than ever.
We're affected in many ways. The bombings, we're not used to this. This whole region is peaceful. It's not used to these type of wars and stuff. So this is happening. It's really stressing so many people out, and it's really delaying so many projects, and it's making people feel unsafe in a country that's always been safe for them.
I do believe that it will be a big, let's say, reaction in general from either here or outside.
Now, Iran has vowed to avenge the death of its supreme leader. Gulf nations host key US military installations and strategic infrastructure. This makes them sensitive zones during regional escalation. Hence, Iran is targeting these places in retaliation. Flights to several Gulf destinations were cancelled. One of the international terminals at King Khalid International Airport stayed virtually empty. This airport is located in Riyadh. It is one of the region's key transit points, but check-in counters stood quiet. This is the biggest disruption to global air travel since the COVID pandemic. The situation in Bahrain has been equally alarming. Dozens of people had taken cover at Vida Beach Resort, Marassi, Bahrain. Apartments were damaged. Fragments had been scattered across hotel gardens. Iraq, too, pulled into the fight. 3 strikes have hit a military base in Jerf al-Nasser. The base houses Kataib Hezbollah, a powerful pro-Iran armed group. Loud bangs were heard near Iraq's Erbil airport. Air defence systems also intercepted at least 2 drones in Erbil airport. A Saudi oil refinery along the Gulf Coast has also reportedly been targeted. It's called the Ras Tanura Refinery and Oil Port in Saudi Arabia. Authorities said the strike had caused a fire, but the blaze had later been extinguished. Saudi defence officials said 2 drones had targeted the facility. They said air defence systems had intercepted both drones before they could cause major damage. The Ras Tanura complex is one of the largest oil refining facilities across the whole of West Asia. It has a capacity of around 550,000 barrels of oil per day. The Gulf has long been a symbol of modern economic growth and global connectivity. But these past 2 days have shown how quickly stability can shift in one of the world's most strategically important regions. And joining us to discuss this further is Ahmed Sharif Al-Ameri, a political analyst, joining us live from Abu Dhabi. Thank you, Ahmed, so much for taking the time to speak with us.
It's my pleasure for having me here. I really appreciate the invite.
Ahmed, let's first look at these strikes that have engulfed lots of the Gulf region. Is there a real fear for regional stability now, given the fact that these strikes have persisted not 1, not 2, but for 3 days?
Well, let's take it from UAE's perspective. What really matters for us is capability and control. So the regional tensions, it could create headlines. It did create headlines. But the UAE approaches security through structure and long-term planning. And that's because of our systems, which is layered and integrated. So our institutions operate through coordination. And that's why the UAE has invested for years in defensive readiness, crisis management, and rapid response mechanisms. So when we talk about being stable, our focus is stability. It's maintaining order and protecting the rhythm of daily life. That is why our confidence remains strong internally.
Ahmed, let's now look at the travel disruptions that, of course, have taken place. We know that this region of the world is so vital for transits, but for also a transport hub in the wider region. How significant will this be for travellers, but also for the region as a whole?
So, travel disruptions anywhere in the world are managed through precaution and coordination. In the UAE, leadership moved immediately to ensure that passengers were looked after. Airports, airlines, and hotels worked together seamlessly. Travelers whose plans were affected were provided extended hotel stays, meals, logistical assistance, and administrative support, as well as emergency documentation support was facilitated so that visitors could remain comfortably and legally while adjustments were made. And this reflects the UAE model. Guests here are treated with responsibility. Visitors are not left to navigate uncertainty alone. And that is why Dubai remains a global hub because it operates with institutional maturity and mobility, aviation coordination, and crisis response are structured and disciplined. And all of this is because the system absorbs pressure so that individuals do not have to.
And finally, Ahmed, of course, there is an economic impact here. We know that the flow of energy has been disrupted as a result of this conflict. We also know that tourism is a key part of the Gulf nation's strategy moving forward outside of oil. How do you expect these sectors to be impacted, and what will be the response from countries like the United Arab Emirates?
So let's see it from an economic standpoint. The economic stability in the UAE is built on diversification and foresight. So it is driven by multiple pillars: trade, tourism, aviation, finance, logistics, and many more. And that diversity creates resilience. So the investor confidence will remain strong because the governance remains steady and they complement each other. So regulatory clarity, fiscal discipline, and strategic planning will provide reassurance during the periods of regional tension like currently. So I would like to say that life in Dubai continues with energy and momentum, and we are just getting started. Businesses are operating, hotels are active, and events are ongoing. The entrepreneurship continues, and this continuity reflects our leadership and the decades of institution building that's designed to absorb the pressure and maintain forward movement. So I'd like to close with the UAE's perspective. This is a story of resilience. It's a story of preparation. It is a story of leadership delivering stability and reassurance. So Dubai moves forward, the UAE moves forward and remains confident, and life continues with strength. So God bless the UAE and God bless our leadership.
Ahmed Sharif Al Ameri, thank you ever so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
My pleasure.
Power doesn't end quietly.